Welcome back to The Construction Veteran. I'm Scott Friend, and today I want to talk to you guys about one of, if not the most essential skill to make you successful in this industry. Let's dig into it. So some of you that have been following me for a while might have noticed that I was off for about a month for posting any kind of content. And there's a reason for that, because today we're going to talk about boundaries. I don't mean your left and right lateral limits. I mean, how do you separate your work life from your home life? Everybody talks about this work-life balance, right? But they're intertwined, really. You get the whole person, whether you're at home or at the job site. Let me give you guys a real-world example. So years ago, I had a rental home and I had a roof that we had to replace, and I just didn't have the money to do it. Well, obviously that was weighing heavily on me. I was a field superintendent at the time, and I went and told the project superintendent, hey man, here's what's going on. I'm probably not gonna be myself today. Pretty upset about it, don't know what to do. His response, well, that's home stuff. We don't care about that here. Man, what a wrong thing to say. On the flip side of it, I had a really crappy day at work, I don't know, about a month or so ago, and I came home, and man, I know married couples tend to have the little tiffs now and again, but man, me and my wife really got into it. But it was me. I had a lot of anger, and I had a lot of issues that I needed to overcome, but I was carrying it over from the job site. So back to why I took so much time off. So I'll show you guys a couple pictures. I took a family vacation. We went down to the coast of Texas, got some good fishing in, got some good time in the RV, really just hung out and recentered myself and had that rest. Now, when we talk about rest, you know, doing errands, doing normal stuff, even sitting at the house sometimes, it's not really rest. You need to go do something you enjoy, something that takes your mind off of work and sometimes even off of home. So, how does this all relate to boundaries, you might ask? Well, the fact that I'm at home right now, I mean, I want to make sure that when I'm at home, I have time dedicated to my family. And at the same time, when I'm at work, I have to set those healthy boundaries as well with my wife. You know, if it's an emergency, obviously call me, but I can't be texting all day long, so it's got to work both ways. Now, it doesn't mean I don't love my wife, obviously. It just means that, hey, I want to be more effective at work, but you guys have to respect that time when I'm at home as well. So how that relates to the vacation. There's a select few people that have my contact information that know how to get a hold of me when I'm gone. Now, I did get one call while I was on a week or so vacation, but it was, hey man, sorry to bother you, just need something really quick, can you help me out? Yeah, no problem, man, appreciate it. I know you're with your family, just get back to me when you can. That's what I mean by setting those boundaries. Now, I could be way out in left field by saying this, but this is just my belief. I think a lot of people are afraid to set these boundaries because they're scared of maybe some kind of repercussion, that they're going to get in trouble, that their boss won't like them, but it's not the case at all, at least from what I've found. You know, back to my example of people calling me, they knew, hey man, this is important to me, and a good leader respects that. But as you guys transition into this industry, you need to understand or really learn, what are your boundaries? What's important to you? What really gets you up in the morning? What makes you going? Make sure you take time for that. If you're single, is it a hobby? You know, make sure you stick with it. Is it going to the gym? If you're fresh out of the service, you know, what is it maintaining? Is it you're focusing on school? There's a myriad of different things that I could list off, obviously, but you have to figure out what's important to you. Now, I can't stress enough, you know, you've got to do the same thing for your folks at work. You got to work hard while you're there. So, you know, the thing with family, the way I relate it, that's what I know, right? But that's not going to apply to every single person that watches this. Not everybody has a family. But what is it that really drives you? What do you want to make sure that you have your full focus on when you're out of work? Somebody I was talking to recently had a good example that you set those boundaries and people start to realize it builds trust too, because they say, hey, he's got these boundaries, I'm going to respect that. But at the same time, he's going to respect mine too, and that inevitably builds trust. I think there are some people that do this very well in the military. Very good leaders know how to do this. You know, after you get off a deployment and you really want to spend that time with your family or your loved ones, they're going to respect that. I think there's some very bad leaders in the military that do the same thing, and some bad leaders in the construction industry that do that. But just stand your ground and make it known. I'm not saying be a jerk about it, but another example. Sundays are for me and my family, especially Sunday morning. Going to church with my family, spending time with them and those I love in our community, that's very important to me. So I set that boundary with anybody I've worked with. So if that means I have to work late another night, or if I have to pick up, somebody else's shift on a weekend, so be it. But I maintain those Sundays with me and my family. So what I'm getting at with all of this is that while you're doing the interview process, make sure that your values are known to them. Talk about it. Just be you, be a person. If you can tell right off the bat, maybe our values don't align, that's okay. There's other companies out there. Don't jump into something because it just kind of seems like it might be a good idea but doesn't feel right. There's going to be another company that values your personal time. I hope that you find a job or a position that you love, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't live to work. I love what I do. I love the people I work with. But at the end of the day, my family's gonna be there for the rest of my life. Not that some of these friends that I have at work won't, but that's the woman that I chose to marry. These are my children. These are the things that I want to do with them, because someday, they're going to be adults and I won't have all that time back with them. So I want to cherish that time that I have with them right now. Do the right thing. Be present. Enjoy life. Good luck to you guys.